Happy day to all of you, my dear children. Greetings from Icon School of Excellence. I am Sindhu, your social science teacher. I wish all of you are doing good and ready to learn. Before going to start our lesson, we are going to do an exercise, that is breathing exercise. For that, see the slide. Students, we will be doing a breathing exercise. For that, spread your left palm like a starfish and trace using your index finger of the right hand. Slide through your fingers. When you slide upwards, inhale. First inhale at the tip, pause, and when you go down, exhale. See, you're going up, inhale, at the tip, pause, going down, exhale. And continue like this with the other fingers also. Continue like this with the other fingers also. So this will make you fresh and energetic. Continue like this for 2 to 3 minutes. Hope all of you did this exercise. Today, we are going to study an interesting topic in history which we studied last year. That is about the founder of Mughal Empire in India, Babur. Babur. He was the founder of the Mughal Empire in India. See the picture. He was Babur. His full name was Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur. The main source of information about Babur's life is his memoirs or autobiography called Tazkirah-i-Babari or Baburnama. He was a conqueror from Central Asia. In 1494 CE, at a very young age, he lost his father, Omar Sheikh Mirza, as the ruler of Fargana in present-day Uzbekistan. After that, he inherited his father's throne. In 1497 CE, Babur captured another place in Uzbekistan called Samarkand. But within a short span of time, he lost both Fargana and Samarkand and became a homeless wanderer. But his extraordinary courage and determination helped him to overcome all these obstacles, and eventually he became the ruler of Kabul in 1504 CE. So this is about Babur. Babur's invasion of India. During this time, North India was controlled by Delhi Sultanate and Ibrahim Lodi was the ruler. See, this is Ibrahim Lodi. He was an excellent warrior. However, he was rash in his decisions, and that was why there was a lot of rebellion in his own empire. Daulat Khan Lodi, he was Ibrahim Lodi's relative and one of his chief opponents, and he was also the governor of Punjab, invited Babur to invade India and help him to overthrow Ibrahim Lodi from the throne. Babur accepted this golden opportunity because he was an eye on the birth of our country, India. So, Babur came to India in 1526 CE. Babur and Ibrahim Lodi came face to face at First Battle of Panipat, which happened in April 21st, 1526. Ibrahim's large army was no match for Babur's small, disciplined and loyal army with its excellent cavalry and fine artillery. You know what is cavalry? Cavalry means soldiers who fought on horseback. Artillery means it's a type of gun which was used in warfare on land. Babur was a born leader and an experienced military general. Within a few hours, Ibrahim's army was defeated. By the evening, Ibrahim and 15,000 of his soldiers lay dead on the field. The following day, Babur victoriously entered Delhi, and where he was proclaimed the Emperor of Hindustan. So this is about the Battle of Panipat. Battle of Panipat was fought between Ibrahim Lodi and Babur in 1526 CE, April 21st. Where is Panipat? Panipat was a place in Haryana. So, and next we are going to study the result of the first battle of Panipat. This battle, the Battle of Panipat, marked the end of Delhi Sultanate and the beginning of the Mughal rule in India. Babur demonstrated the usefulness of small but disciplined army with advanced techniques of warfare, and it also exposed the weakness of Indian rulers. The Battle of Panipat was the first among many battles that Babur had to win before he could lay claim to sovereign authority. Means Babur had to face many difficulties after the Battle of Panipat. Within his kingdom in Delhi, Afghan nobles were waiting for revenge, and outside the kingdom was powerful Rajput kings under the leadership of Rana Sanga of Mewar. Apart from this, his soldiers were homesick and they did not want to fight another war. But Babur had made up his mind to stay and consolidate his position in India. With an impassioned or emotional speech, he transformed his depressed soldiers into a regiment of heroes. Next, Battle of Kanwa. In 1527 CE, means the very next year, the Rajput under Rana Sanga of Mewar clashed with Babur's army at Kanwa. In this battle, Babur won and he defeated Rana Sanga. And the defeat of this powerful Rajput removed the biggest obstacles to the Mughal rule. The Battle of Kanwa was more important than the Battle of Panipat. The Battle of Panipat marked the defeat of the Sultan of Delhi, but the victory at Kanwa gave Babur supreme control over central India. And the defeat of the powerful Rajput removed the biggest obstacles to the Mughal Empire. This is about Battle of Kanwa. Next, Battle of Chanderi. Chanderi was a Rajput stronghold in Malwa under Medini Rai. In 1528 CE, Babur laid siege to the fort of Chanderi and captured it. Almost all the Rajput perished in the battle that followed. After this, no other Rajput chief dared to challenge Babur's authority in India. Next, Battle of Gagra. The rebellious Afghans in Bihar and Bengal posed a threat to Babur's authority. In 1529 CE, Babur defeated the Afghans in the Battle of Gagra. The Battle of Gagra was the last battle of Babur in India. See, after the Battle of Panipat, Babur fought Battle of Kanwa, Battle of Chanderi, and Battle of Gagra. And Battle of Gagra was the last battle of Babur in India. Next, we are going to see the estimates of Babur. Babur was a brilliant general and a leader of men. Babur's memories or autobiography called Baburnama, written in Turkish language, is considered to be one of the best autobiographies in the world. And with his limited resources and small army, he defeated large armies of Lodhis and Rajput. Babur was an accomplished poet and writer. Babur was fascinated by nature, hills, and valleys. Babur died shortly in 1530 CE at the age of 48. He was buried in Kabul in a garden on hill surrounded by sweet-smelling flowers of his choice and a cool running stream. And after Babur's death, his son Humayun inherited the throne. This is about Babur, the Mughal Empire in India. See the map. This shows Babur's extent of Babur's empire. See this pink color portion. This marks the extent of Mughal Emperor Babur in India. This part. Understand? Next, recap. So we learned about Babur in today's class. He was from Central Asia. He inherited the throne of Farhana after the death of his father. And after that, Daulat Khan Lodi invited Babur to come to India and help him to defeat Ibrahim Lodi. And Babur and Ibrahim Lodi met each other at the Battle of Panipat. In this battle, Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi and won the battle of Panipat. It was fought in 1526 CE. And next, after the Battle of Panipat, he met with Rajput rulers, means Battle of Kanwa and Battle of Chanderi. After that, he fought the Battle of Gagra with Afghan rulers. So this is about Babur, the Mughal, founder of Mughal Empire in India. Next, homework. So, first question, who was Babur? Who invited Babur to India? Who was the ruler of Chanderi when Babur attacked it? Name the autobiography of Babur. Write the result of the first battle of Panipat. So 5 questions. You have to write these questions answers in the, and we will discuss these answers in the next class. So children, hope you understood. I hope you all found today's topic interesting, and I believe you were able to understand all that was discussed and explained. Children, importantly, I want all of you to revise on what was taught on today's session at least twice and do all the activities and homeworks. I look forward to see you in my next section. Thank you.